My new job didn't tell me their no visible tattoos policy until after I was hired. I'm an early childhood professional with over a decade of experience, currently finishing my master's degree. I have several large tattoos on my forearms, all of them plant-themed, and 2 nose rings. In my previous roles, my appearance was never an issue, except for one time when I switched from hoops to studs to keep the kids from grabbing them. Recently, after a lengthy hiring process that included a video interview and an in-person meeting, I accepted a position at a new organization I was really excited about. On my first day, I received a thick book of policies to review, including the dress code. The HR director had discussed most points with me during the interview, but one crucial detail was missing: the policy against visible tattoos and facial piercings. I immediately approached the HR director, reminding her of my appearance and asking how strict this policy was. She confirmed it was very firm. I would need to remove my nose rings, even though they were covered by a mask, and wear long sleeves or wrap my arms in cloth bandages to hide my tattoos. Hand washing is constant in early childhood settings, and I asked how to manage that with bandages. I was told I could change them if they got wet. When I questioned why this policy hadn't been mentioned earlier, it was brushed off, with another supervisor saying she hadn't noticed my tattoos before. The HR director explained that this policy had been enacted years ago due to concerns from parents about gang-related tattoos, emphasizing the need for a safe school environment. While I understood their reasoning, it didn't make me feel any better. I was surprised to face this issue in 2022, especially during a staffing crisis in my field. I knew they had the right to enforce this policy, but I wondered if the hiring team had handled it appropriately. Should I start asking upfront about my tattoos and piercings? I've always preferred to focus on my skills rather than my appearance, but I didn't want to go through this again. A few months later, I decided that this environment wasn't right for me. The tattoo and piercing issue was significant, but I also had concerns about COVID safety and communication with administration. I chose to resign immediately after my first day. I know it's not typical to leave so quickly, but I felt it was the right decision, since my first 2 weeks would have been training. Fortunately, this turned out to be a great choice. I filled my employment gap with short-term nanny work and babysitting, which allowed me to apply for a fantastic school. During my second interview, I asked the director if my tattoos or piercings would be an issue. She assured me they wouldn't, and even expressed how no one should have to worry about such things when applying for jobs. That was a major green flag for me, and it turned out to be the perfect place to work.